We chose the topic of relationship abuse because it's something that is actually very prevalent among teenagers.
I felt like we chose this topic because it's a topic that's very much ignored.
Like we always talk about like robberies and racism, and this topic is like low key, so we chose this topic.
Hi, so what is your definition of a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship, I believe, is one where both parties are caring for each other and neither party is actively or accidentally really hurting the other person.
One where there's, I guess, fairness between whoever's in the relationship.
I personally believe it's one that that like honors God, and you know, there's no sex until marriage and all that.
An ideal relationship is people that love each other enough and they love themselves enough to not feel that they need somebody else to love them. Like, you have to love yourself first.
Where it should be like a space free of judgment and where you should be able to express all your thoughts and ideas.
I expected people like wouldn't really want to share that topic, so I was pretty surprised that people came up to us.
Which do you think is most common out of the types of abuse that people go through?
Which are the types?
Not letting your partner be themselves.
Maybe verbal, degrading your partner maybe, or
I would say like emotionally like controlling probably.
Verbal, I would say verbal, because that even hurts the most too.
Any sort of physical violence is obviously there, but there's like emotional types. Someone maybe have the password to someone else's social media, or just watching them, or like, and they get really creepy.
People that we interviewed did seem to know that there were more types other than just physical or verbal.
Actually, I feel like people were pretty aware.
Not everyone was ignorant. That surprised me.
This is a touchy topic, and I didn't think that people would just openly discuss it with people they've never met before.
I've experienced verbal abuse in the sense of daily, moment to moment, just negative reinforcement, horrible violent tones and loudnesses, threats of physical violence, manipulation, like threatening to hurt oneself in order to get a response out of the partner.
I mean, early on, I was abusive. You know, when I was young, you know, I would try to tell my girlfriend or whatever what to do and change her, but you're not changing anybody. As I'm older now, I realize that you are who you are. And, you know, I love my wife. We've been together for 25 years, and I just let her be her.
So what's some good advice you would give to teens and young people who are just starting to date?
I'd say talk to somebody. I know it's hard to, like, especially if you come from an abusive home, to find an adult that you feel comfortable being vulnerable and like telling those things. But get somebody you have confidence in, and you can tell somebody that, hey, this is going on, be it from home or be it from somebody that I'm seeing.
Definitely, like, always try to understand people. Everybody's like a book. And it's like the more you talk to people and understand like their upbringing, who they are, their ideas, their ideals, and how they became who they are, it makes it easier to use like compassion and understanding.
don't be afraid to try. Like, don't be afraid to break up either. Like, you have to go through a lot of different relationships before you start realizing what you want.
I would say take your time. It's really not all about, you don't have to rush. If they're rushing you, stand your ground and say that's not okay.
I'd say that if you make anything mean the world to you, anything at all, it'll be the end of the world when you lose that thing. It doesn't matter if it's basketball, then you tear an ACL, then you know, it's end of the world. If you make a person the end of the world, if you think that having a relationship with a person can ever bring you permanent satisfaction, like when that person leaves, it's like heartbreak. It's like experiencing a mini divorce.
Always find happiness. If you're not happy with your partner, then just know that's not the right place for you. Because if you're not happy, then what's the point, right?
I feel like throughout the end, we got some really good advice.
Even though that it is a very sensitive topic, I feel like people they want to get their voice out there. They want other people to know their story so that they could probably help somebody else.
So, you know, you learn from other people who know more and maybe have been through certain things that you haven't been through.
All right, and the last question is, do you have any advice for young couples on relationships?
Stay out of relationships.